With so much success on the pitch and generational talents emerging from the youth academy, Barcelona should have been positioned for years of massive profits and more football championships. Simon Kuper from the Financial Times details a stunning series of management failures that led to this. Before the pandemic, Barcelona became the first club in any sport ever to surpass 1 billion in annual revenues. Now its debt is about as much and half again, 1.5 billion, and it's short term. Simon is with me now. When you heard, your new book about the club, the Barcelona Complex, is out later this month. So you're the man. You're absolutely the right man in the right place to discuss the right story. Are you surprised that Messi has come to this?
I am surprised. I think last year when he wanted to leave and he wasn't allowed to, they wouldn't let him out of his contract. He wanted, in the end, to stay for family reasons as well. When he told his wife and sons last summer that he was planning to leave the club, everyone burst into tears. He said it was a drama. I think he'd resigned himself to spending the rest of his career with Barcelona, and that was his plan. And so he had agreed to halve his pay to get a new contract.
Right.
Even that was impossible, because their spending has just been out of control for years. So I think he's been forced into this, if you like.
So is this a real financial crisis at Barcelona that has led to it? Or is this a sort of an accident of the numbers? Last year's earnings weren't that good because of COVID. Therefore, the amount they can spend on players is diminished by half. Therefore, they can't go ahead. Is it an accident? Or is this by sheer incompetence?
I would say it's more incompetence. I mean, look, COVID hit every football club because the stadiums were closed. It was worse for Barcelona because at a lot of games, a third of the seats in the stadium are occupied by tourists who also buy in the megastore, the museum. It's such a tourist city. But they had been incompetent. I mean, in the book, I detail how over about 5 years, they spent more than $1 billion on transfers, buying players, more than any other club in soccer. And they've ended up with this aging, rather weak team, if you accept Messi, if you leave him out of that. So they just systematically bought the wrong players. They stopped producing good players. In the end, they were spending more than their entire revenue on wages, and that wages get out of control. So the club is to blame for the situation that they've got themselves in.
Do you think, to allude to what you'll have heard Don Riddell say, that a rabbit can be pulled out of the hat?
It's possible. I mean, there's all sorts of things swirling around. CVC Capital wants to put about $3 billion into La Liga in exchange for a sort of 40-year mortgage. And, you know, Barcelona have said no to that, but Barcelona is desperate. It is possible. I would not be amazed if a month from now he is still at Barcelona. But right now, it looks like the exit. And then the most likely candidate, I would say, is Paris Saint-Germain.
And for how much?
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's a free agent. The beauty of it for any buying club is you don't have to pay a transfer fee at all. It's €0. You only have to pay his massive salary, which even halved is still the highest salary of any soccer player in the world, is probably about 50 million euros. So it's just a salary proposition now.
Does this turn the season on its head, or is this just an interesting curiosity?
It's not a curiosity. I mean, you know, I've spent years inside this club. This is amazing. This is the biggest sports transfer, I would say, in any sport of, you know, the 21st century. Here is the best player in football. He'd been 17 years at the club. It'd been the happiest marriage in a way between club and player in the history of soccer. He had wanted to stay. The club wanted to keep him. And now suddenly it seems that he's leaving. I mean, this is big. This is really shocking.
Right, but sorry, my question was really in terms of the whole. I can see that for Barcelona. What I meant for the whole, if you like, for the La Liga, for European soccer, for football, is the fact he's leaving Barcelona going to upend because of the ripple effects that will happen elsewhere?
I mean, La Liga had already been on the slide relative to the Premier League. So Premier League clubs in the last 3 or 4 seasons have become more successful than Spanish clubs. Real Madrid and Barcelona for about a decade had the 2 best players in the world, Cristiano and Lionel Messi. Cristiano left Spain about 3 years ago, and it looks like Messi is following him now. And then, Spain is a football league with huge financial problems. It's a medium-sized European country. I would guess that Spain's period of dominance is over now, even if Messi stays.
Right.
Remember, he's also 34. He was coming to the end anyway.
34. Thank you, sir. Just aged the rest of us on the process. Good to see you, Simon. Nice to have you with us. Thank you.